Well, first of all, it's very curious that he should leak his own review. I mean, a bit of political opportunism. And it's a great disrespect to the people who put in hours and days and weeks of work into this review, that it should be reduced to this kind of barroom question, which Cameron and his Tory mates could discuss in the barroom of the House of Commons.
Timing apart, what about the principle?
Yes. Well, if you knew what was going to be successful before you made it, then we'd all be millionaires. It doesn't work like that. Public money should go to fund a wide variety of projects and people, because it's through variety that you find new material, creative ideas, and fund imaginative projects.
Without being able to fund everything, though, and if you're going to fund the risky ventures and the commercially successful ventures,
you don't know they're commercially successful till they're made.
You don't. Well, is that the case? I mean,
yes.
Surely there have been some films that you've made that you've thought, actually, this will sell well in America, or
no,
this.
No, I don't think it works like that. But I mean, and also this demeans the review, which is far more complex than this. The change, as I understand it, and we don't know because all we've got is Cameron's own leak, but the change that is coming, which is a good change, is that public money that went into fund films, as the money came back, would go directly to the public funding body, whether it was the Film Council or the British Film Institute. Now, if it goes through, that public money that was used to fund the films will go back in stages to the producer, and they will have to reinvest it in new projects. So, and you can be successful at various levels. You can be successful in a modest way, but with a big idea, and then that money will fund other films that those people can imagine. So it should, if it works well, then it will reinvigorate the producers that can produce imaginative films.
I suppose the success or otherwise of a film doesn't just depend on the quality of the film or who's in it or how it's made, but also how many people get to see it and the distribution thereof. That's an issue for you.
Yes, yes. Well, you see, I think there are big issues that I think the film review won't tackle. It won't tackle the near monopoly of the multiplexes, which show a very narrow range of films. And we need far more independent cinemas that are programmed by people that care about the films rather than popcorn. And then, because at the moment we're letting down the audience.
But how do you do that? How could you get more independent cinemas?
Well, I mean, you have to intervene, like the French do. I mean, they have a far greater range of independent cinemas and that program films from around the world and from Europe, because there's a huge variety of films made, and we only get to see a tiny proportion of that.
That would mean, would it not, though, that taxpayers' money or public money, lottery money, wherever, would go towards the independent cinemas?
Yes, but it's going
anyway. Subsidised in some way.
Well, I mean, there's subsidies anyway. I mean, when American companies come over here, they get a huge tax break. They get public money for them to be here, but the only difference is when the films make a profit, it goes back to the States. So it isn't reinvested into films here. It doesn't circulate here. It just goes back to the big studios in the States. So it's a very inefficient use of our public money at present. The other thing we should do is turn to Europe, and I guess the film review won't mention this, but we need to have a European co-production fund. There are great cinema traditions in Europe, which we tend to be excluded from because of government policy.